Hey guys, yes guys, I'm back. I'm back. The devil tried me, y'all. Yeah, see, the devil's a lie, y'all. He tried me. In the middle of, wow, I was doing meditation. Yeah, the video stopped. But I'm not gonna get discouraged by that. Okay? So we're gonna keep on moving. We're gonna keep moving. Okay? The first thing, um, we're gonna do the meditation at the end of the video, guys, because we really need to get back on track. Okay? It doesn't amaze me, it doesn't shock me that the devil tried to shut me down, y'all. Doesn't impress me. It does not disappoint me. Okay? Nah. The devil's a lie. That's all I'm gonna say because I know that I'm doing something right. Okay? So we're gonna do the meditation in the end of the video, guys. Okay? Because we need to get to work. Okay, so today's topic is playtime. Yeah, playtime. We don't want to play musical chairs. We don't want to play musical chairs. As I spoke about in the beginning of the video, I am very excited about what I'm going to speak about today because I think it's very important that we recognize playtime because we have a tendency of playing too much. And right now, the devil is trying to play with me, and I'm not gonna let him play with me because I don't have time to play with him. I'm not on his side, and I need to let him know that God got me. I'm not worried about him trying to cut my life. That's not going to work. Okay, so right then and there, that just shows you guys that there's a time to play and there's a time not to play. Okay? You gotta know when to play and you gotta know when to crash. And that's what we're gonna talk about today. Because, see, the devil tried to crash me just now. And it's not gonna work. Because, see, I came to play now. Now I'm coming to play because he's trying to play with me. And he ain't gonna win. So, what does play time mean in today's topic? Okay? It means don't play with playtime. Don't play with playtime. Don't play with playtime. What that means is, okay, is a time in your life to play, and it's a time in your life not to play. And it's a time in your life to play, and it's a time in your life to crash. Okay? So there, we got 4 different things. It's a time to play, and it's a time not to play. It's a time to play, and it's a time when to crash. Now, first we're going to talk about the times to play. It's time to play. Now, we spoke about rewinds, right? And rewinds have a tendency of showing up, right? And when it shows up, you gotta know when to flick the lighter and play with the fire. Because if you don't know when to play with the fire, you're not gonna know the difference between when it's time to play and when it's not time to play. You gotta know the difference when it's time to play with fire. You really don't ever want to play with fire because fire is a dangerous thing to play with. Okay, let me explain to y'all on my life about playtime. The time was the time to play and I was trying to get it together, but I still was playing with it. I was playing with it. I was playing with it because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure what it was that I needed to do. When I was digging up my rewinds, I wasn't sure what it was that I needed to do with myself. After I done put something to crash, I spoke about that in my rewinds. When I came to terms with crashing, the fact that my son was in a place that was safe, and now it was the time to deal with me. So in my time and my rewinds, I was playing with it because I wasn't sure. And even when, and let me be honest, even when I was sure, I was still playing with it. Oh yeah, I was still playing with it because I wasn't ready to deal with me yet. No matter how hard I tried, I wasn't ready to deal with me yet. Okay? So if you're going to deal with you, or you're going to deal with things, or you're going to deal with people, don't play with it. Because there's a time to play, and there's a time to not play, and there's a time to play, and there's a time to crash. And you should be doing a lot of crashing, really. If you're going in your rewinds, you should be doing a lot of crashing. And a lot of playtime. And I mean playtime with flicking the lighter, like I said before in the last video. Because when you go in your rewinds, you're going to need that playtime, because that playtime is going to require you to dig. That playtime is going to require you to move some things around. That playtime is going to require you to know when to play musical chairs and when not to play musical chairs. Okay? So if you're going to play, you better play right. Like they say, if you're going to play the cards right. But your life is not a playing card game. Let me make that clear. If you want to stay a king and you want to stay a queen, okay, you need to not play the card game with your life. Because it's going to come a time where you're going to need to crash. And if you don't crash, you will crash one way or another. It was not easy for me. I must say that. Dealing with playtime and trying to get me right was not easy. Oh, I'm not perfect. I know y'all quite sure know that by now. I'm not perfect. Okay? My playtime was me going back into my rewinds and moving some things around that I needed to move around. But I kept prolonging, and I kept saying, that could wait for later. This could wait for later. That. And as you notice, time starts to fly by. And fly by me especially. Because the world is going to do what the world's going to do, like I said before. And you got to know when the time to play. Because once you understand something and know something, there's no time to play. And if you want to play, it's because you asking for more repercussions. You asking for things to get harder. You're asking for things to take more time. You're asking for your life to be held up. You're asking for other people's lives around you and other people's time to be held up. And nobody's time wants to be held up. So stop playing with your time. Stop playing with your life. Stop playing with other people's lives. Stop playing with your marriage. Stop playing with your relationship. Stop playing with your children. Stop playing with your mind. Stop playing with your heart. Stop playing with your spirit. Stop playing with your body. You'll get a check you can't cash. Okay? I was playing too much. I was playing too much. And when you play too much, you miss what you're supposed to understand. You miss what's for you. Yeah, we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it today. I know I stepped on a few toes. Okay? You too busy trying to play with your mans and you too busy trying to play with your girlfriends. You too busy trying to play with the guys at work. You too busy trying to play with the women at work. Knowing you got somebody at home that you need to try and play time with. And fix some playtimes with. Yeah, we're going to talk about it today. Because it needs to be talked about. Your playtime is your time where you should be getting creative, where you should be moving things, where you should be putting pieces together, where you should be going in your rewinds and pulling what you grab, what you learn from, what you need, and bring it together. And when you bring it together, you become creative with your playtime. Because now you don't pull from your rewinds and you don't grab from your rewinds what you learn and what you need and what you could use, and you bring it to the front of you and you can move it with you. You move it with you. That's how you get creative. You move it with you because you're in charge of your playtime. You're in charge of you moving things. You're in charge of your mind. You're in charge of your heart. You're in charge of your soul. You're in charge of your spirit. You're in charge of what you endure. You are in charge of that. And you can't do and fix things if you're playing too much. And you want to fix something that God has for you. He's giving it to you. He's lighting the flick. He's flicking the lighter for you. He's helping you flick the lighter, but you keep blowing it out. And you're wondering why nothing's clear to you. Because every time you get the light, you blow it out. When you get the light, you gotta hold it, grab it, get creative with it. I had to learn that. Because when we don't take what we know and be creative with it, we abuse it. Oh man, I'm going ahead of myself, y'all. I'm going ahead of myself. Okay? Let me back up. You gotta be creative with your life. Because nobody's gonna be creative for you. People can be creative with you, but if you're not around the right people, you're going to be creative the wrong way. So don't have playtime and play with your life and play with your time that you have with your life. Stop playing with people's lives in your own life. Let me explain that. Because I was playing with my life a lot. I was playing with my life a whole lot. And I kept procrastinating going back to school. I kept procrastinating. The only thing I did not procrastinate, which I find very fascinating, is me being a mother. That's the only thing I didn't never stop doing. I never procrastinated that part. That was like, I valued that. That is the most valuable thing for me. That was the only thing in my life that I can say I secured it the way I was supposed to secure it. Everything else, I lost it, I dropped it, I bumped my head, I done did a whole bunch of rewinds for no reason, and I didn't have to do that. If I would have stopped playing with time and playing with my life, I could have been creative the way I could have been creative. But that's okay because God got me now. Okay? So you need to get creative with your playtime. Okay? Don't let your rewind stop you from the right playtime that you need. Okay? Stop playing the wrong ways and play the right way. Play the right way. I needed to play the right way because every time I played the wrong way, it was getting me the wrong way. It was getting me around the wrong people. It was getting me doing the wrong things. Not even to people, but to myself. To myself. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. Okay? Stop playing with time with yourself, with your emotions, with your mind. Stop playing with it. Because you're going to keep hurting yourself. You're going to keep hurting people. Hurt people hurt people. Okay? And you hear somebody say that, it's the truth. Hurt people hurt people. And you don't even realize that you're hurting somebody because you're playing with time. And you're playing with yourself. Stop playing with her emotions. Stop playing with his feelings. Stop lying to yourself about your playtime. You know when you need to play. You know when you need to sit down and crash. You know when you need to burn some things. Stop playing with it. It's not going to get you nowhere. Not going to get you nowhere. Okay? Accept the truth when you're playing too much. See, I had to learn, that's the other thing. I had to learn how to accept the truth. And it's crazy because I knew the truth. I knew that I needed to go back to school. I knew that I needed to get myself together. I knew that I needed because it's something that I always dreamed of doing. But you can't become your doing and being if you don't stop your playtime. You gotta stop your playtime. And your playtime might require some things. Okay? You gotta know what your rewinds are before you can know what your playtime is. You gotta know what time is the playtime and what time is not the playtime. And you gotta know what time is the playtime and what time is the crash time. Because the crash time is something different. That the crash time is what's going to move you. The crash time is what's going to make you think. The crash time is what's going to have you sitting alone. The crash time is what's going to help you with your playtime. So it's going to be some things in your life that you're going to need to snatch out, take out, burn out, crash it out, smash it out. You might not want to, but it's too much playtime. Anything that requires too much playtime, lose it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because playtime is always going to be there. Whatever that playtime is for you. Now let's talk about the good playtime, okay? Because we got a good playtime. Good playtime is when you become creative. When you done sat down and crashed some things. You know, crash some things in your life. You like, okay, I'm gonna be a different. I'm gonna be a different woman. I want to be this woman. This is the woman I want to be. This is the man that I want to be. This is the person that I know I am. This is the person that I know I want to be. And nothing and nobody's gonna stop me from being who I want to be. Okay, this is when playtime coming at. Because the playtime, you start to, like I said, move things. You start to shift things. You start to crash things. You start to think about things. You start to know your doings and your not doings, and your beings and your not beings. You start to learn those things. You cannot be and do if you do not work on that playtime. Because you can't playtime, have playtime, and still try to be and do. That's not gonna work out. I couldn't still. I wanted to do what I'm doing now, inspiring people. But I can't inspire people and still run with the people that ain't doing right. Can't do that. You asking for a rewind. You asking for you to keep going backwards. Okay? Playing with the light is like playing with time. When you play with the light, it's playing with time. Because you done got the spark. You done got the light. You done went in your rewinds. You done did all of that work. And now you in this place, whatever that place is. Now you want to go back over there. No, you can't do that. Stay in your lane. Stay where you at. Stay in your lane. Stay where you at. Do what you do, but stay where you at. Don't move out of gear. Because when you move out of gear, you're going to crash. And then you got to heal all over again. Then you got to keep, you're going to crash sometimes. Let me get that straight. Let me let y'all know that. You're going to crash sometimes, but this is a different kind of crash. Okay? This kind of crash is not the crash that I learned from that and that's it. No. That's the kind of crash that when you learn something, you got to do something with it. You got to do something with it. If you don't do nothing with it, it's just going to be sitting there, useless. So you don't want to play a bad musical chairs. You want to play a good musical chairs. Because you want to say this one is in, this one is out. Whatever is taking place in your life right now, whatever is in. Whatever is out is out. Leave it out. It's not useless. You can't do nothing with it. Okay? You gotta have something you can work with. You gotta have something you can move with. You gotta have something you can be with. You gotta have something you can do with. You know? You gotta have something that's your rhythm. You gotta be able to move in your playtime. This ain't no time to be getting the light and then playing with it and not moving with it. You gotta move with it. You gotta move with that marriage. You gotta move with that child. You gotta move with that work ethic. You gotta move with. Ooh, you gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move. You gotta move. Pull things out that don't move you in your playtime. Because when you're strategizing and God is trying to help you pull things together, that's not the time to play. Because once you've seen the light, he's going to look at you and say, you seen the light, my child. Why are you playing with it? So now you're showing that you're not ready. So when you wondering why this man won't ask to marry you, why this woman won't respect you, why this woman won't cater to you, why this man won't cater to you, why you can't get the position that you want in your job ethic, why people around you, the good people around you, you pushing them away because you're not ready. You're not ready. You got to be ready for that real playtime. Because your old playtime don't go with your new playtime. You got to move. You got to move some chairs. You got to move some chairs. You got to move some chairs. Okay? Because if you don't move them chairs, if you don't move them chairs out and knock them chairs out, somebody going to grab that last chair. Somebody gonna grab your mission. Somebody gonna grab your church. Somebody gonna grab your wife. Somebody gonna grab your husband. Somebody gonna grab your goal. Somebody gonna grab your child. Somebody gonna grab something that you want and you desire and you trying to hold on to it. Somebody gonna grab it. So you better stop playing time. Stop playing time. Yeah. Yeah. Stop playing time. Stop playing with the time. Stop playing with your time. Stop playing with people's time around you. Stop playing with your higher power's time. You got a mission to go on. You got a clock that's ticking. Time waits for no one. Stop playing with it. Stop playing with your gift. Stop playing with your mind. Stop playing with your heart. Stop playing with your body. Stop playing with you. Ooh, I don't know who I'm talking to. Stop playing with you, baby. This ain't no time to play with you. You're not a toy. You're not a toy. This is a time where you need to strengthen your playtime, baby. Yeah, let me explain myself on that. I have to strengthen my playtime. Okay? I had to start going hard. I didn't care what it took. I didn't care what it took. It took me being weak. It took me being tired. It took me not getting sleep. It took me everything. It pulled everything from me. Real playtime don't play no games. See, you ain't been on the other side of the fence if you don't know what real playtime is. Because real playtime will have you going after something. Okay? Real playtime will have you going after your wife. Real playtime will have you going after your husband. Real playtime will have you going after your job, your goal, your dream, your house, your car, your everything, your mind, your soul, your spirit, your boldness, your kids. Playtime, real playtime. Not the playtime, ooh, I feel God. Not the playtime that's just gonna be there. That's always gonna be there. Because them things that's always gonna be there not gonna move you, baby. It's only gonna hold you back from the truth, okay? I'm here to give you the truth, baby. Stop playing with your playtime. Because your playtime is your time. Your time is your time. And when it's your time, you got to move when it's your time. Strengthen that playtime, baby, because your playtime is trying to tell you something. Your playtime is trying to tell you where you at. You don't need to be there. Your playtime is trying to tell you you need a clear head. So you need to be alone for a while to think things through. You need to be by yourself to think things through. Your playtime is going to require you to do some things that you've never done before that doesn't even make sense. It's going to require you to be a way that you don't even understand how you got like that. You just got like that. That's the real playtime. When you start discovering things and pulling out things. When you get the boldness to pull out things that don't even need to be there, and you start putting in things that need to be there, putting into work of your makeup dream house, your makeup dream business, your cleaning business, your church business, your work business, your goal business, your children business, your children's business, and you talking about leaving behind a legacy, baby, you ain't got no time to play time. Your play time is the move time. You got to move, baby. You got to move. This ain't no time to play. This your time to strengthen your playtime. Okay, you got to grab things that you know you ain't never grabbed before. You got to run behind things that you ain't never ran behind before, that you know gonna move you in the dimension that you need to go. Okay, I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. Baby, you got to stand up and pull up your drawers. Pull them up. 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 Stand up tall. Put that crown on. I don't care if you got to adjust it and it's leaning, adjust it. I don't care. Do what you got to do to move with your playtime. Your real playtime. Your real playtime, because you got somewhere to be, baby. You got people that's depending on you, baby. You got people that's looking up to you, baby. You got people that's trying to move like you move. Even if you think you ain't moving no kind of way, baby, you always moving. Even if it's just a little bit, you're moving. You're moving. Even if you gotta move just a little bit, little by little, but move. Don't stay stuck. Okay? Your playtime is not made for you to stay stuck. Okay? You gotta let people, places, and things, you gotta let it be known. I don't got time to play time. I don't got no playtime. My playtime is to move, baby. I gotta move. If you ain't moving, you stay right there. I'll be back later. I got things I got to catch. Gotta catch and move and hold on to it. That's how you strengthen your playtime. Okay? You gotta put your mind where you got to move at. Where the movement is at. Where the movement is at. Even if you gotta go be around some people, that's moving. If you gotta get some thoughts, that's gonna move you. Okay? If your children move you, let them move you. Okay? But you moving, you ain't playing with your time. Okay? If you got a woman that moves you, if you need her, you need her. It is what it is. If that man moves you, but you gotta wanna move you before you let people start moving you. Before you start letting things move you. You gotta let you move you. Because nothing else around you is gonna move unless you move. Yeah. Move you first with your playtime. Okay? When playtime does become a thing, okay, this is the interesting part. When playtime does become a thing, okay, you start to see things that you didn't even know you had in you. You really start to become surprised at what you can really do. You don't know what you can really do unless you start moving. Unless you really start playing with time that really needs to be played with. Because playing with time that don't need to be played with, you can't really see what you're capable of. Challenge yourself on playtime. I'm telling you, I promise you. I promise you. Playtime will get you in places that you didn't even know you can go. Playtime will get you in things that you didn't even know you could be a part of. Playtime will get your mind in a place where you didn't even know it can be. Playtime will get your heart in a place where you didn't even know it could be. And the thing about when you have your heart in a place where you didn't even know you can be, then you start to feel things that you didn't even know you could feel. Oh, we spoke about feeling. We spoke about feeling. I always say, don't tell somebody they shouldn't feel. Because when it's time for you to feel, you're going to care everything about feeling. Don't tell nobody what they shouldn't feel. So when you move, you're going to start feeling things that you never felt before. It's going to feel a little out of place. It's going to feel a little uncomfortable. But the reason it feels uncomfortable is because it's right. That's the right playtime that you need. The right playtime you need with your body. Ladies, the right playtime you need with your body. Okay? Your body is the most precious thing in the world. Okay? Kings, your body is the most precious thing in the world. Okay? Believe me. Take the time to play time on your body. Take the time to play time. Stop playing on your body the way you've been playing on your body. Because you're wondering why everything is out of whack. Oh yeah, you're wondering why your hormones is out of whack. You're wondering why you can't get pregnant. You're wondering why you keep getting UTIs. You're wondering why, yeah. Things keep showing up. Yeah. Stop playing with your body. Because your body is made to move in directions that is so soft, that is so pure, that is so genuine. Okay? That's how precious the body is. And that's why playtime is supposed to be used accordingly. Okay? It's not supposed to be abused. Okay? Stop abusing time. Stop abusing time with your body and your mind and your soul and your spirit. Because when your playtime becomes a thing, you're not gonna have no time to play with any of it, because you're gonna be moving in such a way that it's gonna be pure and it's gonna feel good to you. See, when you hurting, you don't realize the playtime that you wasted. You don't realize the playtime that you could have been having and the playtime that you could have been doing if you wasn't hurting. So you got to strengthen up that playtime. That goes with your rewinds. You still need to go back in that rewinds. You can't dip and dive from that ever. I'm going to tell you that right now. Once you dealt with your rewinds, then you can deal with your playtime. Because your rewinds is going to help you with your playtime. Because it's going to show you and tell you how you can move and shift and pull out musical chairs and put in musical chairs. And then you hurry up and try to get in that chair that you're trying to get into. That's the destination in the dimension that you're trying to go into when you're trying to hurry up and get in that seat. Yeah. Your playtime is musical chairs, okay? Your rewinds is musical chairs, okay? So you don't want to keep the bad musical chairs. You don't want to keep the bad playtimes, okay? You got to move them bad playtimes into them good playtimes, okay? That goes with your mind, your heart, your soul, your body, and your spirit, and the people around you, the people you deal with every day at work, okay? You don't want to come into work every day mad, frustrated, you know? You got your kids looking at you crazy. Why you always mad? Why you always angry? Because you haven't dealt with your rewind and you haven't moved them and shift them into a good playtime. Yeah. I know I stepped on some toes. Okay? Why your relationship getting so boring now? Baby, you have not used that playtime cautiously. You have not handled that playtime with care. Why she won't express her feelings to you? Because you have not used her mind in a playtime that is used with care. You have not taken care of it. See, if you want to go into playtime, you got to take care of playtime. You can't just play time and play with time. No. You got to take care of playtime and playing with time. You got to take care of it like you taking care of a baby. Okay? So you got to take care of you. You got to take care of your mind. You got to take care of your soul. You got to take care of your body. You got to take care of your spirit. Okay? Then you can love on the playtime. Then you can love on her. You can love on him. You can love on your children. You can love on your job. You can love on people. You can actually have mercy. Yeah, you can actually have mercy in playtime. That's a whole nother topic. That wasn't even supposed to be said, but it came out. Okay? So, my playtime was my playtime. And my playtime was running with the wrong people at the wrong time. So it had everything out of whack. It had my mind out of whack. It had my speech out of whack. Because I started cursing and I don't even curse. I noticed I started to curse. I noticed I started to be angry all the time. I noticed I was sad, crying all the time. People couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. because I haven't dealt with my rewinds. And I was playing with it. When I did see the lights, I was playing with it. I kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like going back and forth in between two women or going back and forth in between two men. Yeah, I know I stepped on some toes on that one, but I don't care. It had to be said. You going back and forth on your children's emotions. You're telling them one thing and you're doing something else. You telling them to feel this way, but you got them feeling that way. You got your boss thinking you accountable, but you're not. You say, yeah, I can do it, but then you coming in late all the time. You got excuses why you can't do overtime. You got excuses why you can't do this, why you can't do that. I'm just saying, stop playing time. Stop playing time. You know how they say, stop playing me? You be like, stop playing me? Yeah, stop playing time. You be like, that man, she playing me. She playing me. Time don't play you, baby. You play time. Yeah. I really hope that makes sense to y'all. You don't play time. Time don't play you, you play time, is what I'm saying. See, time didn't play me. I played time. Oh yeah, I played time. Because I was doing things that didn't even require playtime. And that's when you got to be honest with yourself. Is this the time to play? Or is this time to crash? Or is this time to play time? Playtime, you moving things. Playtime, you crash. You sit down. You think. You move things. You think about how you going to move things. Because see, God is not always going to be there to move things for you. He want to see how you going to move things. He want to see how you going to handle things, okay? Because if he see how you handle things, then that's going to determine if he can help you through your next dimension. Stop playing time, okay? I was playing time too much. That's why I kept getting setbacks. That's why I kept getting the things I was getting. Because I kept running to the wrong things that wasn't moving me. So the real playtime I needed was the playtime with myself. I needed playtime with myself. If you don't know, sometimes you need playtime with yourself. I don't know who I'm talking to, but sometimes you need playtime with yourself. Not with your wife, not with your husband, not with your friends, not with your children. You need playtime with yourself. So you can do the right playtime with people around you. Yeah, move and shift them things with yourself. It's not a pleasant thing, I know. I know it's complicated. I know. Because it's confusing. I know. It's hard. I know. But baby, I'm here to tell you, if you just move a little bit, if you just move a little bit, if you just move a little bit, I feel God, I don't know who I'm talking to. If you just move a little bit, if you just move a little bit, baby, it's going to come. It's going to come. The movement going to come. You need to move, though. You need to move. The flick to your light is going to come. But you need to stop playing time and just move. Just move. Next thing, turn your playtime into crash. Okay, now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty with crash, y'all. I'm going to be done soon, y'all. Crash. Now, this is when crash comes into place with me. Okay? I lose everything. I lose everything. I lose my apartment. I lose my mind. I lose my heart. I lose my soul. I lose my body. I lose everything. I lost everything. Complete crash. I had to sit and realize that in my life, the reason why it went rock bottom because I was playing with time too much. And time doesn't wait for nobody. Time don't wait for nobody. The world's gonna keep going around. As I say, people are gonna do what people gonna do. But what are you gonna do when time is on your hands? When time is on your hands. When things become on your hands. When your children is on your hands. When your husband is on your hands. When your job is on your hands. When your family is on your hands. When your wife is on your hands. When you are on your hands, what are you going to do? When you are on your hands, you crash. And you crash because you played with time. It is not too late to fix your playtime. Unfortunately, I thought it was too late for me, but it wasn't. Because when I got to a point in my life where I didn't have nowhere to go, when I didn't have nothing or nobody, and all I had was me and God, that's when I knew the bug, y'all. That's when I knew it was time for me to sit down. I needed to sit down. And I really needed to think. I needed to think about all of the playtime that I was doing that was really unnecessary. And it's okay because sometimes we don't know better. But once you know better, and once you know, you know. Once you know, you know. And the problem is I knew, but I thought I had it all together. And I didn't. See, the minute you think you got it all together, that's the minute that you lost it. And you don't even realize you lost it until you don't got nothing left. Until you only got what you only got. And you only got what you only got is you. And then you start to feel like, I don't have nobody. Nobody's there for me. Da 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 da. It's not that. And I had to realize that it wasn't that. It was me. It was me. See, people don't want to own up to the truth. To say, hey, it's really just me. But if you want to be a king, you want to be a queen, baby, and you want to move, baby, you got to realize that when you move, it's you. You got to move. Can't nobody move for you. You got to move. I was expecting people to move for me. Can't expect nobody to move for me. I got to move for me. I got to move for me. I got to move for people that's looking up to me. I got to move for my son. First, I got to move. And if nothing or nobody moves you, you better move you. Because if you don't move you, you're going to be stuck in the crash. Unfortunately, God was able to really move me. Because I was willing to move. I was willing to move. I mean, it took me traveling this city, that state. Yeah, because I was running from something to get to something. And sometimes playtime doesn't require you to run. Sometimes playtime requires you to sit down. And you need to sit. You need to sit. Now, don't get me wrong. Along the ways I was running, I was learning at the same time. Wow. I was running, but I was learning at the same time. And I was running. While I was running from everything. Oh, but I wasn't running from nobody else's problems. I wasn't running from nobody else's stuff. I was dealing with other people's stuff. But I was running from my own stuff. See, you can't be in the right playtime if you're running from your own stuff. If you want to be a business owner, you can't run from your own stuff. If you want to be a wife, you can't run from your own stuff. If you want to be a husband, you can't run from your own stuff. If you want to be a parent, you can't run from your own stuff. And being a parent doesn't come with instructions, but you can't run from your own stuff. You can't run from dealing with your children. You can't run from dealing with your job. You can't run from dealing with people at your job. You can't run from your church. You can't run from people in your church. You can't run, baby. You gotta sit in that crash. Yeah, and get that right playtime. Because that right playtime is what's gonna get you your mind back. Your right playtime is what's going to get your heart back. Your right playtime is what's going to get your spirit back. I don't know who I'm talking to, but your right playtime is going to get your body, your dignity, your name back. It's going to get you back everything. You're going to be taking back everything. You're going to be snatching back everything. And once you got it, you got it. Can't nobody take it from you. Okay? So I had to learn along the way from state to state, from man to man, from woman to woman. Oh yeah, I dated a woman before. I was married to a woman before. Okay? Because I didn't know what my real playtime looked like. Okay? And I thought that the playtime that I was supposed to have was really actually the playtime that I was supposed to really be learning from. But because I was playing with it and I wasn't using it the way I needed to use it, it kept me in my rewinds. It kept me doing the same thing that I was doing. It kept me going to the same people that I was going to. It kept me enduring and taking in the things that I shouldn't been taken into. See, when you don't understand your rewinds and you don't understand your playtime, then you're going to stay caught up in the crash. And you're going to need to sit in that crash. Because no matter how much you try to move and run into the dimensions, because you're running from a dimension, you always going to be set back to that same dimension that you ran from if you do not deal with it. So know your playtime, baby. It's a time to play. It's a time to have playtime. And it's a time to crash. You got to know the difference. Okay? Then you know how to deal with people. Then you know how to tell people to deal with you. Because screaming at people is not going to help people deal with you better. Cursing people out and disrespecting people is not going to help you deal with people and help people deal with you properly. Screaming at that man, yelling at that woman is not going to get them to love you properly. Screaming at that woman or screaming at that man or screaming at people at your job or screaming at your children is not going to get you the respect that you need. Putting your hands on people is definitely not going to get you the respect you need. Get with your playtime, okay? Get with what's really happening in you, with you, and out of you, okay? So that way you can project what you really want out. And you can receive what you really want to come in. I don't know who I'm talking to, but baby, you need to practice that playtime going out so you can get that playtime coming in. The right playtime. Okay? Yeah. Yeah, turn your playtime into the crash sometimes. Okay, sometimes you need to crash some things. Like people go and crash a party. Like people go and crash somebody move because they mad. Nah, sometimes you need to crash things with yourself. Okay? Playtime is not worth the use in ways that have no purpose. If it's not a purpose for you, it's not a purpose with you, if it's not a purpose with your movement, you don't need that playtime. Yeah, I know we we like to go out and have fun. You know, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the real nitty gritty playtime. Okay? Because we all got that time where we need to take a vacation. We all got that time where we need to go, you know, get some me time. You know? But when you find yourself in things that you don't need to be in and it's not moving you to your dimension, you don't need it. See, I had to realize that taking on to what I wasn't supposed to take on to, that wasn't moving me. See, everything in life is going to teach you a lesson. But you got to know how to move with it. You got to know how to have playtime with it. You got to know when to play with it and when not to play with it. You got to know. You got to know. You got to know. Because if you play with it the wrong way, you're going to get something that you don't want to play with. You're going to get something that you don't want to play with. So yeah, keep your penis in your pants. Yeah, keep your legs closed. Yeah, some things you just gotta keep private. Some things you gotta keep between you and God. If there's some things that you learn from, once you learn from it, don't go back to it. That's crazy. I can say that's crazy because it was crazy on my behalf. And then I look back on my life like why did I even go back to that? But I realized you go back to it because you haven't learned nothing from it. So when you learn from something, you take it and you use it in your good playtime. Yes. That's how you grow. People talk about they don't know how to grow. They don't know how to have growth. Well, baby, growth is not playing with time. Growth is not playing with you. Growth is not playing with people around you. Growth is not playing with your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul. Okay? I had to learn that. Stop being around people that's not taking me in my dimension. People that's already set in their own ways. Let them be in their own ways. Stop trying to change people. See, I'm not here to try to change anybody. Okay? Because people are going to be people. I'm here to do what I love to do. And that's inspire people that want to be better. That want to do better. That want answers for helping them do better. Okay? Because as I said, you have the answers to you. Nobody has the answers to you but you. Okay? So I had to learn my time, my playtime. When to cut out to listen to gossip. I don't want to hear gossip. Because that wasn't moving me. I don't want to hear about at the time and see, you got to know your playtime. You got to know when you got work to do, and you got to know when you could just chill and relax and reflect on some things, and you got to know when you just got crashed. You got to know when you just got crashed. Because see, now I didn't know when I just got crashed, when I got crashed. I didn't even know what a crash was. I didn't even know what playtime was. I didn't even know how to move with playtime. I didn't even know what playtime was for me. I had the wrong idea of playtime. But if you're trying to get somewhere, you gotta know the three. You gotta know the difference. That's why I kept ending up in bad relationships. That's why I kept ending up with people doing things to me that I didn't want to do. That's why I kept ending up with people addressing me the way that I didn't want to be addressed. That's why I had people disrespecting me all the time. Because I didn't understand my playtime. And when you don't understand your playtime, you'll accept anything. You'll do anything. You'll go for anything. Yeah. because of the lack of attention, the lack of love, and the lack of paying attention to you, and the lack of getting into you, will have you always crashing the wrong way. Okay? About to wrap it up, y'all. Now, let me break down being creative with your playtime. Let me break that down. Okay? I'm going to break down. When you be creative with your playtime, and you go back into your reruns, you really start to see, what are you good at? What is it that you really want to do in life? What is it that gives you peace? What is it that gives your heart security and love? What is it that your body needs to be able to function? What is it that your mind needs to be able to function? This is how you get creative with your playtime. You got to know what moves you. Okay? Take those things and get creative with what you want to do in life. You got to get in the crash and get into your mind. Get into your mind. Stop letting the world get into your mind. Because the world does not want you to have the right playtime. The world wants you to have the wrong playtime so you can keep stressing. You can keep cussing your wife out. You can keep cussing your husband out. You can keep cussing at your children. You can keep doing this. You can keep doing all the things that are not good playtimes. You want to create good playtimes as much as you can. Because if you play with time, before you know it, you're not going to have no playtime. You're not. Before you know it, you're going to be all bent out of shape. This is why I say it's important to care for yourself and care for your mind and care for the people and care for the things that you tell yourself every day. So I just broke down what playtime looks like. Okay? I had to stop going out partying the way I was. I had to stop dressing like I was. I had to get back in touch with myself. If you get back into yourself with your playtime, you'll see a lot of light. You'll see a lot of flame going on. Ooh, mosquitoes. You're gonna see a lot of flicking. Next thing you know, stuff gonna start coming to you. You're gonna be like, oh, now I know why that was happening. Now I see why this was happening. Oh, now I see. That's part of your playtime crash, because now you getting it. When you go into your rewinds, you start to see what a lot of the lights and the flames is coming from, and now how you can use your flames and your lights to go in your next dimension and go where you need to go. Don't abuse your playtime. Let me make this clear. Don't abuse your playtime with your movement. Don't go around just doing stuff just to make stuff happen. No. Don't use your playtime to get people to do things that you want them to do. Don't use your playtime to manipulate men, to manipulate women. Don't use your playtime to take your anger and frustration out on people, places, and things, in places, because we have to step out into the world. So when your rewinds show up, as I spoke about in the last video, you know how to handle things and they won't break you and make you go back into your old playtime ways. Yeah, that's what this is about. Getting rid of your playtime ways. Because if you want to do and you want to be, you got to get out of that comfort zone, baby. Because, look, you got to be able to move in a lot of dimensions that you don't even know of, that you haven't even figured out yet. Because you haven't even got in touch with your playtime. That is the only way you're going to be able to move the way you want to move if you get into your playtime with your soul, that when you step out to the world, nothing won't make you or break you while you out there doing what it is that you need to do for you and yours and your family and the people around you and at work and everything else. When you get rid of the old playtimes, nothing in the world can move you. Nothing in the world can move your good playtime. Because even if you fall, you get right back up and go right back to your playtime. Yeah, that's what happens when playtime becomes a thing. Yeah, when playtimes become a thing, if something makes you, your crown, you're trying to catch it, you know how to catch it and get right back to work. You know how to catch it and be right back loving your husband. You know how to get right back to loving your wife. You know how to get right back to loving your children. You get right back to teaching them what it is to love and what it is to have peace and what it is to love yourself. Okay? You get right back to getting back to your job and doing your job right, getting your job right, no matter what happens, no matter what your boss say, no matter what your coworkers say. I don't know who I'm talking to, but baby, you need to know how to move with your playtime and adjust to the world when the world come to you. Because the world's going to always show up. So don't abuse your playtime. Because your playtime will make you crash and sit down. Yeah. And if you play with time, you'll get some things that you can't even cash. And you find yourself back again, back again, back again, back again, back again at the very thing that you should have learned from. But that don't mean give up. Keep moving. That is the point why I wanted to talk about playtime today, because it is about keep on moving, keep on moving, keep on moving. No matter what, I had to keep on moving. I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt like I couldn't make it, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt like I was going to take myself out, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt like my son didn't love me, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt like things wasn't going right in my life, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt stressed, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt hurt, I had to keep on moving. Even when I felt like I couldn't bear anything anymore, couldn't bear any more hurt or pain, I had to keep on moving. Baby, I'm telling you, when you keep on moving, you're going to strengthen everything. You're going to strengthen everything. You're going to strengthen everything. It took me to go from city to city, state to state, man to man, woman. I married her, now divorced, but yeah. I was all caught up in the wrong playtime because I was trying to find my way. But if I would have just sat down and paid attention to what was in front of me, I wouldn't have missed what was for me. But I kept moving, and I kept trying, and I kept moving. And I kept trying. Because I'm going to tell you something. God will move you in some ways that you don't even know. He'll pick you up even when you think you don't got it. He'll move you even when you feel like you can't move. He'll build you up and lift your spirit even when you feel like you have nothing left. I'm here to tell you, baby, keep moving. I came to New York and I started my life over from scratch with the bags that I had and the clothes on my body. That was my crash. That was my crash. And I wasn't even on my medication yet. I wasn't on anything. And I wasn't even aware of what was taking place with me, guys. This is what I'm telling you. When you play with time, you playing with the wrong thing. Time is not something you want to play with. You got to have playtime, not play with time. Yeah. You got to have playtime, not play time, not play with time. Okay? So this is what playtime did for me. I'm going to tell you what playtime did for me. Playtime sat me down. Playtime made me think. Playtime made me cry. Playtime made me sit up all types of nights. Playtime got me right. Playtime got me what I needed to learn about life. Playtime got me to see things different about life. Playtime got me to know things that I needed to know about myself. Playtime got me what I needed to know about the world. That's what playtime got me. That's what playtime did for me. Playtime built me up as a woman, as a mother, as a queen, as a will-be wife one day, as a leader. Okay? That's what playtime got me. I'm going to tell you what playing with time got me. Playing with time got me things that I didn't even want. Things that wasn't even for me. But I got it because I was playing with time. Okay? And I didn't realize how important moving was and how important moving is. Yeah, moving is important in playtime. See, when you playing with time, moving is not really important because you're playing with it and you just sitting there, you boiling around, you doing this, you doing that. So movement is not important when you playing with time. When playtime becomes a movement, you start to move in ways that will blow your mind. Okay? It will shock you, literally, at what you can really do and who you can really be. I'm trying to tell you guys something. Do not let your mental health make you think that you're not available for who you really are. Don't let a drug or people, places and things, or people around you make you feel like you have no time to have playtime, because you do. And your playtime is your destination. But you gotta move in the time of play. You got to move in the time of play. You can't play with time because the time is requiring you to move. The very movement you need to move. You don't want to lose what you got. And if you lost it, you need to go get it back. I'm telling you something. Whatever you lost, you need to go get it back. Because you're determined to win. You're not determined to lose. You're not here on earth to lose. You're here to win. And whatever win is for you, you are here to win. So the drug is not the win. Okay? The mental health is not the win. You are the win. You are the win. I need to tell you that. You are the win. You are the beginning of the win. You are the beginning of the prize of the win. But if you don't move, you're not going to get back what you lost. You're not going to get back what you need. Because believe me, your broken self, you need it back. Your tripped out self, you need it back. Your overthinking self, you need it back. Because you need to be able to think straight. You need to be able to love. You need to be able to care. You need to care. I'm telling you, I need to say that. That's not even my message, but I need to say this, okay? You need to care. Stop saying you don't care. Because you care. Because if you didn't care, you wouldn't still talk about it. You care. That's why you still talk about it. You care. I care. I care. That's why I do what I do. That's why I have the mission that I have, because I care. Because I love what I do and I care, and I'm just that kind of person. I'm just that kind of genuine person. I'm just that kind of genuine person. I can't help who I am. So me being a motivational speaker and an inspirational speaker, that's who I am. So I need to move with that because that's who I am. But I can't play with time when I'm doing it. I don't have time to play. I got play time. Yeah, I got play time. Oh yeah, I got a lot of play time. Because like I said, play time is you moving things. You shifting things. I'm in it to win. I want y'all to be in it to win too. Stop feeling like you can't do it. You can do it. It might not work the same way it worked for me, that it's going to work for you. But the best I can do is give what I can give to help you move in the dimension that you need to move. I don't know who this is for, but you needed me to tell you this. I can give what I can give to help you move in a dimension that you need to move in. Because this dimension that you're going, you know that's not the dimension that you want to go. So you need to stop playing with time and have playtime. Even if you gotta have playtime by yourself. You gotta have playtime with your husband. You gotta have playtime with your children. You gotta have playtime. You gotta have playtime. You gotta have playtime. Because you're trying to win something. You got something to win. You got a tree to climb, baby. You got a tree to build. This ain't no time to play. Start chopping down branches. Yeah, start chopping down branches. Like a chef. Like a chef. Like a chef. You gotta cut off some people, that's fine. Do it. You gotta block yourself out from the world, do it. You gotta stop watching certain things, do it. But you need to not play with time. Whatever you got to do not to play with time, do it. You're not going wrong. You can't go wrong by not playing with time. You can't go no wrong. You can only go right when you don't play with time. Because time waits for no one. When y'all look at the clock, it keep turning and going, right? Yeah. So, we're going to do recap. Okay? So, recap. We know that playtime means free time to be creative. Okay, playtime means free time to be creative. I explained on me, on my life, how I needed to take my playing with time and turn it into playtime. I needed to shift and move some things. I needed to move some things around so I can get in the dimension that I needed to get into. Okay? And I needed to stop being around people, places, and things in order for me to get back things that I needed to get back. Okay? The next thing, stop playing with people's lives in your own. Okay? I explained that I needed to stop playing with people in their lives. I didn't need to be a part of people's lives that wasn't moving me. Now you only gonna go into the dimension that you're gonna go into that you wanna go into. Okay? Now if you step into a crowd, okay, you step into a crowd that you know all they do is smoke and drink and party, that's your dimension you're gonna go into. If you go into a dimension where there's people moving and they making moves and they going towards their goals, and that's the dimension you're gonna go into. So stop playing with your life and stop playing with other people's lives, okay? Especially yours. Accept the truth when you're playing too much, okay? When you know, like, hey, this is a time I need to not play. I need to really get this done. I really need to get that done. Take your time, okay? Don't put pressure on yourself, but don't play with time. Have playtime with yourself and say, this is what I need to do. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on this. I'm going to work on that. That is how you do better when you don't play with time and you have playtime. Okay? You strengthen your playtime. Okay? That's the next thing. Okay? I explained on my life how I needed to get bold enough to stop doing certain things. How I need to get bold enough to stop putting myself in situations that I didn't want to be in. Okay? And I had to be honest with myself and sit with myself and get with myself and say, this is not a time to play. This is a time to get with the play time. Okay? That's how you strengthen it. Okay? When and I explained, okay, we the next thing is when playtime becomes a thing, okay, that all you're gonna do is move. When playtime becomes a thing, you're gonna move. You're gonna move. And you're gonna know the difference when you need to crash. You're gonna know the difference when you saying, okay, this is not the time to play with time. I need to sit down and crash. You gotta recognize the crash. The crash is not to break you down. The crash is to build you and build what you got going on and build for what's going on with you or what's moving with you or who's moving with you in your next dimension. That's what the crash is about. That's how you define your crash. Because you're going to need to know who's going with you, who's not going with you, and when you need to sit down with who these people are, and when you need to say and do and be, yeah. So your crash is not your break. Your crash is your build. Okay? So when you're moving with a crash, you are moving. You're moving the crash. When you're moving with the crash, you're moving the crash. Okay? That's how you do that playtime, alright? We gonna get to work, okay? Turn your playtime into crash time. That is a time where you are alone by yourself and you're putting pieces together. And you taking your rewinds and you taking them lighters and you flicking it to the crash. You gotta flick the light to the crash. That's how you get your spark, baby. Dig in the rewinds, get into your playtime, take the crash, take the lighter, and you flick it to the crash, you're gonna get your spark. So always remember, your crash is your builder. Your crash is your builder. Your rewinds is your lighter. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? I hope y'all got that. Your rewinds are your lighters, and your crash is your playtime. You're not going to play with the time. You're going to have playtime with your crash and your lighter. Your lighter and your crash is like this. You're flicking the lighter to the crash. And you sitting in your playtime while you got the light on your crash, and you saying, what can I do with this? What can I move with this? How can I move with this? What can I do with this? How can I use this in my life? How can I use this with the people around me? How can I use this with myself? Yeah, playtime, baby. Let's go, baby. I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know I'm talking to somebody. I got somebody on their playtime moment. I got somebody on their playtime moment. I got somebody not playing with the time no more. I know I got somebody not playing with the time no more. Okay? And we know that the other thing is, don't move with your playtime if it's not something that's worth moving in your next dimension on your purpose. Okay? Do not take your lighter in your crash on your move with you, and then you come into a place of time. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? Y'all come to a place of time, and now you bring your lighter and your crash in that place of time, and now you had a crash and you ain't got no spark. It's not worth taking your crash and your lighter on your move in a place of a time. Sometimes you gotta leave your rewind and your crash right where it's at, just to go fill out the place of time. When you go fill out the place of time, and I spoke about this before in the other videos, stop telling people what your playtime is, because they not going to see things the way you see them. They might not even believe in you the way you believe in you. Okay? So sometimes you got to leave your crash and your playtime reserved and sat right where it's at. Leave it right there where it's at. Then you go into the place of time and you feel it out. You feel it out. Believe me, it's worth to do it this way. It's worth to do it this way, because you don't want to take your purpose or your movement with you where you're going in a place of time, and that's not where it needs to be. You want to keep it well reserved, okay? Like when you cook and you put your food and you break your food down and you put the top on it so it could be well reserved, so it don't go spoil, it don't go bad. That's what you want to do. That's how you hold it, to keep it. I spoke about that. That's how you hold it, to keep it. That's how you catch it and you keep it. Everything is not for everybody. Everything that is happening with you is not for everybody. You don't need to take everything with you on every place of time. Sometimes you have to leave things well reserved just for you. Because it's a time and a place for everything, okay? That's why it's called play time. That's why I said you want to play musical chairs the right way, so you know what to pull in and pull out. You know what to put in and put out. Okay? Because there's going to be time where you're going to have to dip and dive. There's going to be a time where you're going to have to go right back into that very place of time where you really don't want to go back to, but you're going to have to, because it might be something that you need to do there. You might need to do something there and then go back into your playtime, and you got your crash and your lighter, and you like, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? Your fingers, it's like, what can I do with this? What can I do with this? That's why I do the meditation the way I do it. Because it requires you to prepare yourself for what life is going to go at you. Because you cannot go into the world, okay, always being, you can't do that. You can't do that because it's some things that's bigger than you that can knock you down. So you got to humble yourself. You got to humble yourself, and you got to be cautious and be aware of things that show up. So when things show up, you know how to handle it, and it won't break you. And when it's time for you to go back in your playtime, you know how to use it. Don't play with time. Have playtime. Okay? Now, the other thing is we know that the dip and dive. We know that playtime is with yourself. That's a time for you. That's a time for you to pull things together. You know? Things that you can't pull together. If you can't put anything together, you can't put a spark to something. You can't put your lighter to the crash and it makes a spark. You gotta leave it there. It'll come. Leave it there. Don't worry about it. Leave it there. Leave it well preserved. This is how you get the well preserved going. You gotta get sometimes. Look, things that you cannot put a lighter to and make a spark. You gotta leave it there. That's like trying to build a man that don't want to be built. That's like trying to build a woman that don't want to be built. That she can't be built. Why? Because it needs to be reserved. She needs to sit and be reserved. She needs to sit and get into her. You need to sit and let it marinate before a lighter can come along to the crash and spark it. You can't save everything and everybody. You can't. You can only do what you can do. Okay? That is my message in playtime today. Do what you can do in your playtime, because the lighter is going to spark it. Don't worry about how it's going to spark. It's going to spark. It's going to spark, guys. It's going to spark. Okay? Stay being creative in your playtime. Okay? Sit in the crash sometimes. Sometimes it's not made for you to move. You gotta know when to move and when to sit back. Yeah. Because when you try to move on everything, you playing with time when you do that. Okay? Last and not least, guys, the two last things is, with all of the playtime that you get, okay, make sure that you reserve some things. Okay? Because you're trying to win, not lose. You don't want to lose. So you're determined to win. So with all the playtime that you have, leave some things reserved. Because maybe that very thing or those things that's not becoming a spark is not for the dimension that you're in right now. It might need to be used in the next dimension. So you know how you say, hold that? Let me hold that? Hold it. Hold it. Because if it's not a spark to the crash, if the lighter is not sparking it, if the lighter is not going to the crash, that means that it's not made for that dimension. That means you need to tap into what can be sparked. Move with what you can move with. Okay? Because every movement is not made for a move. Okay? Stop trying to bust moves that it's not time to bust that move yet. But I've been there. been there. I tried to bust moves with getting my life together, and it didn't work. Okay? Now explain what playtime did for me, guys. Playtime slowed me down. Playtime got me into the habit of taking in, throwing out, pulling in, taking out, pulling out a chair, putting in a chair, shifting things, moving things. Okay? And in order for me to stop playing with time, I had to have playtime. And if I want to have playtime, I had to stop playing with time. So don't play with time, guys. Because time waits for no one. Okay? Move what you can move. If you can't move it, it's because it needs to be reserved. You need to leave it there. Let it sit for a while. The lighter to the crash and the spark will come. Okay? The spark will come. Okay? So now, guys, I wrapped it up. We are going to do meditation. Yes, we're going to do that meditation, guys. We're going to get that meditation in, okay? Yes, because I know that was some gems for y'all, okay? I hope that everyone got something out of it. So we are going to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now we are going to take our shoulders, we are going to bring them to the front. We are going to shrug our shoulders to the front because we getting ready for that playtime. Okay? We getting ready for that playtime because we not playing with time no more. We gonna get ready for that playtime. We gonna get ready for what the world has to throw at us with playtime. Okay? Yes, yes. Shrug them shoulders going forward, guys. Don't worry about who's in the room. I don't care who's in my room because I know that God is in my room. Okay? We are going to relax, relax, relax. Okay? Because playtime, we going to practice that playtime because we want to get with the moving and the shifting and the turning and the adjusting that we need to get with. Okay? Yes, now we are going to shrug backwards because whatever our rewind is, we're going to turn it. We're going to turn it into playtime. Okay? We're going to turn it into some things that we need to move and shift. Okay? So whatever is behind us, we're going to turn it, move it, and shift it to the front. Let's go. Move it to the front. Yes, let's go because we ready and we ready to box up whatever our rewinds are. We going to box it up into playtime. Yeah, we gonna box it up into the playtime. We gonna post it up on the boxing bag. And we gonna box it up. We gonna box it up. Yeah, we gonna box it up. We ready. We getting ready for that playtime. Yeah, we getting ready for that weekend. We getting ready for that week. We getting ready, getting ready, getting ready, getting ready. Yes, now we're gonna go to our next, guys. We gonna go around clockwise. Clockwise. I was going the wrong way. Clockwise, clockwise, clockwise. Because whatever we gonna do with our neck through the weekend and the week, yeah, we gonna be talking to some people, okay? Yeah, so we wanna keep that head on straight. Yeah, we gonna be doing some things. We gonna be moving some things. So we wanna prepare our neck and prepare our heads. Yes. Yes, let's go, let's go. So now let's go to our minds. Let's go to our temples. Y'all already know what to do. Take them 2 fingers, put them on your temples, guys. Apply that pressure going forward, because we preparing. We preparing for what the playtime is gonna give us, and how we gonna move with the playtime. Yeah, how we gonna move and shift. We preparing our minds for that. We preparing our minds for what work is gonna have for us next week. What our weekend is gonna look like. Yeah, we not gonna think about it. We just gonna do it like Nike sign, y'all. We just gonna do it. We just gonna move it to the front. Let's move our minds to the back. Let's move our fingers to the back. Yeah, we gonna massage that temple, guys. Let's go. Apply that pressure, y'all. We preparing ourselves. Yes. Yes. Rub. Now let's go. We gonna move it to the front. We gonna move it to the front. Whatever was in the back, we gotta post it up on the boxing bag. And we gonna box it up. We gonna box it up and break it down. Box it up and break it down. Burn it. Do whatever we gotta do with it. Move with it. Shift with it. Turn it into some things. Do what you gotta do. Yeah. Do what you gotta do with your husband. Do what you gotta do. Bring it to the front with your wife. Bring it to the front with your children. Bring it to the front with your work atmosphere. Bring it to the front with your attitude. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now we gonna shake all the nervousness off our hands. Yeah, cause we ain't ready to collect no bad nervousness. We ain't ready to collect no bad nervousness. Yes, we are ready to collect relaxation, cause we are ready to move, baby. We ready to move. We ready to move, baby. We ready to move. Yeah, we ready to move. We ready to move. Yes. Yes. Now we gonna inhale again, guys. Inhale. Let's go. Let's do it. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Yes. Now we gonna shake everything off. Yes, shake, shake, shake. Shake everything off like you going crazy, but you're not. Cause all you doing is saying, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready, I'm ready to move. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Open your eyes, guys. Yes. Breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, y'all. Inhale. Exhale. Yeah. We ready to move, y'all. Yes, y'all need to give yourself a pat on the back because, yeah, y'all about to make some playtime moves. Okay. So, I am going to post, guys. I want to thank each and every last one of you that might share this video, that's listening to this video. If you got something out of it, that is wonderful. I hope you did get something out of it. Okay. And as you guys know, I am Queen Shamice once again. And I want you guys to share this video because you never know who it might can help. Okay. If you have to go back and listen to the video, that is fine by me. For the ones that have not gotten to watch it, I hope that when you do watch it, that you get something out of it. Okay? And yes, we are going to talk about the crash. Next live. Yeah, the crash. Yeah, because I didn't really get into the crash deeply, y'all. I didn't really get into the crash deeply. Okay? Yeah, the crash. Gonna talk about the crash the next video, guys. And that is going to be next week. Okay? So I will post before the weekend is over. Okay? I will post when the crash is going to go live. Okay? And I want you guys to always remember, please, please, please share love, be with peace and love with yourself, with others, and take the time to be compassionate, okay, and love on each other, okay. And there is nothing that you cannot do, okay. You can do anything that you want to, okay. You just have to be willing to do the work that needs to be done so that you can get to your destination, because you have a tree to climb, you have a tree to build, okay? And it should be bigger than you, okay? And I know it's bigger than me, okay? And continue to love on your family, continue to love on your friends, continue to love on your relationships and your marriage, and continue to love on each other, okay? And love on you with peace and love. And I love you guys. I love each and every last one of you guys. And please share this video because it will help someone. I don't care where they are in America. Okay? I don't care if you know somebody that needs to hear it. Okay? But let's stop playing with time. Okay? And have playtime. Peace with love.